Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Princess Tutu, and I'm here for episode 2. Sorry. Uh, here for episode 2 of Princess Tutu. I'm extremely excited. Also, I'm going to level with you and be totally honest. I had a really difficult time just figuring out what I want to talk about here going into episode 2. Episode 1 was fucking crazy amazing, and I've kept going back through it. Partly because I wanted to, and partly because I kind of had to, because I had to re-edit it for copyright reasons, because they manually flagged, not content ID catching stuff, but manually went and flagged a bunch of scenes where I'd let it play for like 5 or 10 seconds instead of like skipping around. So hopefully that doesn't continue and we won't have difficulty with King Records, or if they do, I'm going to reach out to them and just be like, listen, I'm making this content and I'm going to re-upload it as many times as it takes until you stop blocking it, so stop blocking it because it's protected content, it's criticism, fuck off. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Might also notice that I have removed the thingamajiggy from my microphone. I'm just trying it out. We'll see how it goes. If my audio ends up being super poppy, it doesn't sound super poppy. It sounds okay right now. Plus, it's a little bit over to the side more than it usually is. So whatever. We'll play it by ear and we'll see if this works. I mean, literally play it by ear. But we're moving into episode 2 of Princess Tutu, and I have no idea about anything. Episode 1 was a really awesome introduction in terms of creating questions. But nothing is settled. Nothing is certain. Nothing is sure at all. I have no idea what Drosselmeyer's deal is. I have no clue if the world that we see for the majority of the show exists. Like, is she a duck in that world who is then being turned into a girl in that world and then visiting that school that seems to be right near her duck pond? I think so, but I don't know so. And is this a storybook world that Drosselmeyer has created, or has he ascended to godhood in the real world and is able to do things like that? Is this a story within a story, or a story on a stage within a story, or a theater performance within a stage, within a story, within a play, within an anime? I don't know. One thing is very, very clear, though. This show is obsessed with fairy tales. It is fascinated with them, it is focused on them, and it is probably going to be preoccupied by fairy tale trappings quite a bit. There is a good reason that I named the previous reaction video The Ugly Little Sweeping Swanderella Pinocchio, because it covers a whole bunch of little elements of stories and fairy tales that this first episode has already touched upon. Now, are those going to become important? Am I saying that this is a derivative story off of fairy tales? No. Obviously not. This is like an artistic version of a cultural survey. Like, a cultural survey would be, you go into a specific culture, you look for all of their fairy tale, a cultural survey of fairy tales. You look for all of their stories, you go through them all, you make notes of what they all are and what the morals and lessons of them are and what elements are present in them. And then you make like a shitty report about that. And you're like, Russian fairy tales are all about Baba Yaga. And also, there's always a guy named Ivan, because he's always named fucking Ivan, or Alex, mostly Ivan though. And Ivan goes and he fights something, he does it real good. It's like that. This feels like what somebody has done is gone, all right, let's look at all fairy tales from all cultures ever. Cool. These are cool. Let's overlay them together so that we can see what elements kind of like line up in cool ways. All right, and then we'll just like mishmash bits and pieces of those by taking our overall understanding of all the lessons and morals of these stories, these core stories that are the foundational stories of humans, just like they're the stories that we live off of, that inform our decisions and behavior and have for hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands of years. They're kind of important. Usually there are lessons built into them, even if they're scary. Like, maybe don't wander off into the woods too much. Don't do that. Don't trust creepy strangers who offer you candy. They're probably gonna kill you or rape you. Don't do that. They'll put you in the oven. Don't do it. There are lessons inherent in fairy tales, important lessons. And so it feels to me like what we've done is taken all of the lessons from all of the fairy tales and gone, okay, how do we create a piece of media that embodies these while also criticizing them and is a touchstone and useful thing that like demonstrates how this kind of a story should be addressed in modern representations of media. That seems to be what we're doing here. So I called it The Ugly Little Sweeping Swanderella Nokio because there are elements of all of those stories in it. The Ugly Duckling. Well, it's a story about a person or an individual who is ostracized by their peers for being different, then does stuff on their own, grows up a little bit, and discovers that, yeah, they were different, but they weren't wrong for being different. They were just not the same as everyone else, and they're gonna grow up into their own beautiful swan thing. Cool, The Ugly Duckling. The little here is the least obvious one. It comes from The Little Mermaid, actually, because The Little Mermaid is a fairy tale, and it's about a little mermaid who wants to live with the people and the princes and stuff because she's obsessed with something that's beyond the boundary of what she can achieve, and she gives up a bunch of herself in order to try to do that, and it doesn't really work that well. That's sort of it. I mean, she loses her voice and shit, and the Disney's version's fucked. Whatever. Sleeping Beauty needs the kiss of a prince to awaken. Woo! Super gendered. Okay, Swan. That's just Black Swan. Yeah. The Cinderella, a character who is on the outs and then is given mystical power with a time limit in order to fall in love with the person that she's in love with, and has to run away in the instant that she would actually be able to make anything happen or reveal her true identity, leading to a much longer story than it would have otherwise been, in which he eventually finds her via some second-party thing. Yeah, okay. And Pinocchio wants to be a real boy. Wants to be a real boy. In this case, it's that Ahiru... In my mind, the Pinocchio connection is mostly, well, puppeteer and strings and Drosselmeyer and shit, but it's mostly... She gets the chance to be real, but only for a short period of time, and now I get the feeling that she wants to be real all the time, right? So that's the same kind of Pinocchioism where it's, I can move and stuff, but I want to be a real boy, or a real girl who can actually date. Whoa, that's a lot, and that's just the, like, fairy tale stuff, and there are a bunch more that we haven't even touched on that are just everywhere in here, and plus the modern media that's actually had an influence on this, like, there's obvious Utena influence. I would say that this is practically like a continuation of Utena as a story, or at least a continuation of similar themes in similar ways. It's weird. I said in the previous episode that I will not be shy about spoiling Utena from this point forward, and that starts right now. So if you have not seen Utena and you want to, you should probably stop watching this video and either watch my reactions to Revolutionary Girl Utena or literally any of the Utena, because it's up on YouTube. You can find all of Utena for free up on YouTube. It's great. Go watch it. It's important. If you don't get it or like it that much, that's fine. It's weird and it's a slow burn, but it's important and it will matter for this. And I will say right now that there's a portion of this story that strikes me, of Muto and Fakir in particular, that strikes me as like what would happen if we saw what happened after Utena occurred, like freedom was achieved. They fled their story, right? That's what Anthe does at the end of adolescence, is she flees her own story, leaving by herself, right? So now she's the princess, free. Isn't that kind of like what Muto is in for right now and what he's dealing with? Kind of, sort of, weird, but kind of. I don't really know, but maybe. There's weird shit there. Obviously, there are a lot of things being pulled in and a lot of just knowledge about media at present and on display in this first episode of this show. What the fuck comes next? What the fuck comes next? I don't know. Are we just gonna like ignore? Okay. I got a couple of thoughts. Episode 2 continues on the same vein as episode 1, right? Same kind of thing going on. Thought number 2, Drosselmeyer doesn't appear at all in episode 2. Nothing supernatural appears in episode 2. We fully focus on exploring Ahiru, her life at school, the two girls that she's with, who Muto is and Fakir and their relationship. Who is Rue? I'm really interested in that because she's like the only other character. And that's another really interesting thing, and one of the other things that I want to talk about. There are not that many characters here at all. Now, I think there are going to be a couple more. There are going to be a couple more animals, for sure. There's going to be like a dancing badger, and that'll be weird. And we'll see what they are and how they feel like a person or animal or whatever, because there's Cat Sensei, and I don't know how that works. But Ahiru is a duck. Drosselmeyer is the toy maker from the Nutcracker, and also possibly God. Fakir sounds a lot like Faker, but it's also like a term for a self-sacrificing holy man in like certain Arabic traditions. So there's this idea of like Fakir's self-inflicted asceticism and like self-trauma in order to accomplish a greater goal, which seems to be something to do with protecting Muto, potentially from himself, probably from himself, given that Mito is a shortening colloquialism of lie, which would indicate that he is a liar or his entire identity is a lie. Also myths and stuff. Also, he's totally that princey boy. Also, he doesn't seem to have a heart. Also, just on returning to the scene and rewatching it a couple times and talking it through with some people in the Discord, I get really massive suicidal vibes from Muto when he goes out on that windowsill. I don't get the impression that it was just like, I'm looking at the canaries. I got the impression it was more like, oh, you're gonna jump? Me too. Let's do it together, little bird. And then shit gets all fucked. I don't really know. Okay. Those are the main characters. There are also these two girls who live with Ahiru in her place, but one of them is like into her, and the other one's just like cool. They strike me very much as the shadow puppet girls in Utena. I don't know why, but they feel that way. Or Wakaba, one or the other, mix and match. I'm not sure. And there's Cat Sensei, and then there's Rue, and we don't know anything about Rue, except that she's the black swan to our white swan, kind of, right? She's already position of power, position of better than you, just a lot better than you. Darkness everywhere. Every time she's around, it's all about darkness. She wears dark clothing instead. Like, wreathed in black. She strikes me as like a dark princess or a dark witch or something, you know? Not a witch, though. No, not a witch. She doesn't seem to have that kind of power. She strikes me as somebody who doesn't want the power that she has, but does want to be at the top. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot going on. And also nothing going on because we don't know what's real at all. At all. So here we are, moving into episode 2 of Princess Tutu, and I just rambled and babbled a bunch about a bunch of things that I think are really cool, and basically didn't talk about the previous episode. Partly because the previous episode is chock full of setups and introductions and things. Ahiru, she's a duck. Muto, we meet him twice. Both times, dance the sugar plum fairies. Something weird is going on. Okay, into the cool catch, the classic thing. Oh, that's the other thing. Muto, he jumps to help people when it's useless. He does this for Ahiru. He does it for the duckling, or for the canary baby. He does it a lot, and so I think that's the thing. There's a big character trait there. And it may be that because Fakir says very, very distinctly, don't get any stupid ideas about helping anyone, and don't read any books other than the ones I bring you. And as though those two are related. So I get the impression that Fakir is just really fed up with Muto, kind of Death Wish style, almost killing himself in order to help other people, when doing so is essentially useless. Maybe because the world that they're in is not real, right? So what if Fakir is going, this world doesn't exist, man. We're just trying to get by. And Muto keeps going like, let me save people. And he's like, they're not people, dude. They're fucking story characters just like us. We gotta work. We gotta get out of here. Maybe something crazy like that. I don't fucking know. We got Drosselmeyer up in here. Man can teleport. Dude turned into a fountain. I don't know what's possible. Fuck it. So, that's where we stand going into episode 2 of Princess Tutu. Excited as fuck. Thrilled. Really, really happy that the show has turned out to be so good so far. No idea what's coming. Let's watch the next episode, and maybe we'll find out. So, I've got episode 2 of Princess Tutu up and ready to go. It is sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy of this episode with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you right now. Make sure that we're on the right audio track. Good. Oh, that's part of the intro. Oh. We need to pay attention to see if anything ever changes in this segment then. So far, it's identical. Wait. Okay, it has changed. Oh. Oh. Oh, thank you, Sho. You answered so many questions, Sho. I really appreciate that. Okay, so when the man died, they were freed. Sealed him away with a power that was only granted to him. That's interesting. Fuck, this OP is so good. It's so ghostly. By the way, I tried really hard to find that font, and I can't. I can't. I like that font so much I can't find it. I know I've used it before. They're all little mechanical pictures. Like what a toy maker would make. Okay. And then she's within that building, so maybe within a clock tower of some kind? Okay. Are you a duck? Quack. Quack. Big way, girl. You are a duck. Hey, where's that gem? Also, dream of a butterfly. I know. I mean, maybe. Right? He's writing something new. He's writing something new. What are you writing? Princess Juju. No shit. Yep, but we didn't say anything about staying. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, let's not go too far. You've made all that up here for yourself. He did not offer any of those things. Omedeto. Okay. Oh, fuck. Uh, So, are we gonna find a first heart shard? Do we have to collect a certain number of them in order to free the prince? What's the deal? And is that really what Drosselmeyer wants? He just wants the story, right? No. You got a gem thing. Just pulls her under. Oh, by getting into the water, she becomes herself? You just remember that. Do not say quack. New character? Oh no. Oh no. Are you Drosselmeyer's assistant? What the fuck are you? Why are you musical? Sure, what are you? Like, obviously you're mechanical, but... don't. Just don't. Whoa, what? Huh? 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 Wait, where'd you go, though? No. What? Wait. Oh, that's CG. That's the first CG that I've seen. Totally inconspicuous. No one will notice. You did do that. Wait, he has the gem now? I mean... I don't think he would care very much. But we're just gonna go for this. Oh, man. Please don't eat me. Good move. He's got big eyelashes. Holy shit. Yeah, that's real. Ugh. Book. What book? Oh, God. Scooch. No. Obviously. Too real. He has nothing inside him, man. That is a hollow fucking dude. Who is that? Wait. Okay. What? Betsuni. Yeah, he's completely empty. I would not think anything of that in any direction, Ahiru. Oh. Okay, so I guess their uniforms just all have gems, so it's not a problem. What? Oh, no. That is a good question. We weren't informed about that, but I guess water. Ooh, fountain with the swan. And the location where things happened before. Clonk. Close? Close. Oh my god, it's like figuring out a puzzle in a video game. Yes. Dance battle. Huh? Huh? That's an out of the blue thing to say. That's her name? What the fuck? I mean, yeah. No heart will do that. Okay. Ooh, shadows. Ah. That's how you get into the special class. I will never. Yeah, okay. Don't say that. Good luck, Anteater Arena. I think you're fucked. Let it be. Hi. Oh yeah, the gear is CG as well. Fuck, you're just like, huh. Oh, what's the why an anteater though? Long nose, mechanical. Um. Okay. Fakir. She gonna choose you. Ahiru. Just follow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, come on. Oh god. She's very nervous. You ever tried to actively not be nervous? I don't know. I think she's better than she thinks. We don't see their feet. Oh, no. Dink. Oh. Oh, she can't even point correctly. Oh. But there's something else here. She's not being the star, right? She's turning Ahiru into the star. That's talent. Okay, I don't trust Rue at all now. I don't trust her at all. This should make me like her, but I do not trust her at all now. What is she hiding? Nicely done, Fakir. Yeah, Betsuni. Fucking wet noodle over here. No? No. I was wonderful at making you wonderful. Oof. Oof. What will happen to Auntie Dorina? Hey? Ha? Betsuni? Yeah. No? So you just wanted to ruin something? Is that a fragment? Wait. Yeah, what? Is it imbued within her, or is it... Oh my god. Oh my god, we've got a cycle. Okay. Oh my god, this sets up a serializable. But is it within Auntie Dorina, or is it within the ground? Is she digging for it? Dance battle, let's go. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. That's actually exactly what's going to be happening, isn't it? We're gonna dance battle our way through fucking everything. Oh my god. And the power of the prince. Over it all. Not your heart. Not anymore. Being second fiddle to a better person? Yeah. Claudine. Yeah. That's how it's a pure start. Ooh, Rue. That's more like what I was looking for. And there's our purification attack of sorts to water. What will happen to the shard? Does Mito gain those feelings? Does he gain those? No. Okay, little bits and pieces of shards that won't cause changes until they're all brought together, right? Wait. Or can he... Okay, never mind. We just give that back now. Now can you be disappointed? Did you just regain bitterness? For now. Don't say quack. Yeah, something. Some situation that gives him an opportunity to act or say something. He can feel. Yeah, what feelings? You don't have feelings. Okay. And she's accepting of that, right? Good. Yeah. No shit. Fair. Very fair. Very fair. God damn it. What the fuck? Oh, yep. Don't quack. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, grinning evil Drosselmeyer, dude. Oh man. Gullibility, storytelling, who the fuck is Adel? What the fuck is Adel? Every single line is crucial too. Anteaters, why? Why is it an anteater though? But why that animal? Why that choice for this character? I don't know. Dance battles, full Maho Shoujo, reusable, serializable setup. Finally, we understand, and it's a good one. It's like the way that they should be. Oh my god! Oh my god! The show. Didn't we see like a little tiny character with green hair, but it was like a baby? Wasn't that in one of the promo images? Not Adel, not the person that we just met. But I guess everything's in flux in this town at this point, right? Shit, dude, this is nuts. Wait. Wait. The person in the reflection. It's hard to say because they're uniforms. Maybe it's just because of the angle. Like we always see Fakir from like these low angle shots that make him look really big and imposing and stuff. So when I see this shot, like I look at this and I know it's the same uniform and everything, but I look at this and it's Fakir in my head. Like that's the head that's attached to it is Fakir's. I didn't even notice that it was there, frankly, in the previous watch. I just didn't notice that there was a person in the water. But this person in the water, I think we're supposed to think that it's Muto, and I think it's actually Fakir, and I have no idea what that means for the course of the story moving forward. But I do have the feeling that Muto is a liar and the worst, and Fakir is actually a good person who's being outwardly the worst because, in the same way that, like, we don't externally like Anteaterina, but she's alright at the core, and we kind of like Rue, but she's not. What? What is happening? What is happening? I actually, it's 85 degrees. I need to go get some water. I'm gonna go drink some water and just like chill for a bit. I'll back in a sec. Okay, I've got water and stuff. Still just on the like thinking about things train. I wonder if Adel is short for Edelweiss. That could work. Or if Adel is a character in Black Swan, Nutcracker, like any major ballet, if we've got a branching off point. But she just like appears out of fucking nowhere and knows things and what? Yeah, that's where I want to start. I mean, obviously, I think that the introduction with the changes that occur to the narration is probably the most important thing in this episode. It takes like 30 seconds to get out, but we'll go over that. The other things are a lot of the subtext. The actual storytelling portion of this episode is really straightforward in my mind, and it's the establishment of a Maho Shoujo cycle. Example would be Heartcatch Precure. This will spoil every episode of Heartcatch Precure because they're basically all the same. So this is the base theme story of Heartcatch Precure. Hearts, flowers. Everyone's heart metaphorically has a flower growing in it, and they're different flowers that mean different things because of Hanakotoba. So on a metaphorical sense, that's the core of the show. When people get all sad or depressed or whatever, when they're dealing with struggles in their life, their heart flower can start to wilt a little bit, and just, they'll have like 3 little buds of flower, and one of them will start to wilt, and it's real sad. And that opens the door for bad dudes. They're called Desert Treants. It doesn't really matter. They're just bad because they're evil. Because Precure, it doesn't need to be that complicated. Bad dudes see that your heart flower is wilting, and they use that. They use you. They capture your body, and they use your soul to power a big monster, and then they release the big monster to cause more problems and stuff, right? That's it. And then the Precures go, and they find the person who's been fucked over by this. They fight the monster thing. They purify it, and they go back to normal. The person goes back to normal. Usually with some kind of after lesson that's like, oh, at the start, I'm really jealous of my sister because she's all cool and a model and gets to be sexy and grown up and stuff. And then later it's like, well, I still love my sister and things are okay, and like I've got my own interests that I'm interested in, and I don't need to follow in her footsteps or copy her style or whatever. Usually that's the same kind of thing at the moral. Okay. And then in between, there will be the reusable henshin, reusable finishing move, animation-wise. Reusable henshin, reusable finishing move, and a general sense of, like, this isn't your fault, you've been caused by some kind of other entity to become evil, and thus it's about saving you, not about defeating the evil, exactly. All of that is here. Pitch perfect. Tick, 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 tick. So, the second half of the episode is pretty straightforward. Right in between, there's this wonderful humorous stuff with Ahiru trying to figure out how to duck and how to person at the same time, and like running around, and just goofiness. There's so much incredible, talented creativity just leveraged and just focused on making Ahiru fun as a character. I can't. The moment where she very distinctly runs over and then runs past the little statue, sees Muto, runs back around it, completely within his view, totally conspicuous, is brilliant. And I've never seen that particular gag done that particular way ever. It's unique and creative and really good, and it's endearing and beautiful and wonderful, and Ahiru is the best because of it. Okay, so I think that covers the base overlay of this shit. There's a lot more to it, of course. I am curious, why an anteater? What is this place that they go to? I kind of wonder what songs they end up playing during the ballet portions for them. And of course, the actual, like, nature of the deliverable for the show. Like, we have a way of marking progress. The way of marking progress is how many emotional shards does Muto get back. The probable change up mid-season is that giving them back to him is probably a bad fucking idea. I have this distinct impression that the prince is a shithead and that I'm not gonna like him very much. So I kind of feel like once we give him enough that he starts getting his personality back, he's gonna be an asshole. We'll see. We'll see. But it would be very fun if we created our own villain within the first half of the series and then had to manage that possibility in the later half. I don't know. Okay. I got things to look up. I want to look into anteaters, just in terms of meaning of anteaters, if there is one, or, like, mythological stories in Japan where anteaters appear, and I want to look into Adel to figure out if I can figure out why she's named what she is and why she acts the way she does. We'll see. Okay, we're starting with anteaters. I don't think this is quite it, but there is a mythological entity called a Baku, which is a Japanese supernatural being that is said to devour nightmares and is related in terms of its view, its like visual to anteaters and tapirs. So that's weird. I guess the idea would be that like they can reach their long snout into your brain skull and eat your nightmares or something. It's kind of creepy for a positive yokai. All right. Apparently, anteaters really like stealing food. I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Yeah, I don't really have anything. She's not real, is she? And her eyelashes are drawn on, or made of wood. Her lipstick is painted. Cheeks are blushed. Clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack. And then juxtaposition immediately with the mechanics of the CG clock. Okay, that song is Dance of the Automata. Automata. Music of the Automata? I don't know, it's from Coppelia, I think. It's something. I think Adel's like a toy? If so, then Drosselmeyer made her, right? And if so, that makes a whole lot of sense why she just appears. So then timeline-wise, we get the story retold or rewritten. It feels like a second draft. That's what it feels like. Okay, this is a weird thing. But there's this segment where Drosselmeyer is like scribbling in his book, right? When he's talking to Ahiru, and it feels like what he's doing is writing the portion of the story that he's now thinking up into his story. To like let this go. So like the whole introductory sequence and all this dialogue. Brave and handsome prince who vanquishes a crafty raven, great. When the man died, they escaped from within the story. Took out his own heart to seal away the raven. But it was a forbidden power that had been granted solely to the prince. But that doesn't quite make sense, does it? Raven was completely sealed away, but the prince's heart was shattered and the shards were scattered across town. And that's why this town is so weird and story-wise and mingled with reality and stories and things. And Drosselmeyer is all of it. Let's go back to episode 1. Let's just... we got the time. We got time. Let's just go check it out. See if that's the way that it was before. And see if it feels like an expansion or a rewrite. Because it feels to me like a rewrite. There was a man who died. I don't know. I don't know. It's fucking ambiguous. It's really vague. Okay. Well, we've talked about that before in Ikuhara-esque works, how like vagueness is going to be everything. Well, I better get used to it again. Because vague is the way it's gonna be, baby. Okay, very interesting. It does give us some explanations and stuff. This town exists. Sort of. Maybe it might also be a story. We don't know. And it is now a place where shards of reality and stories and fragments and figments come together. Kind of also maybe explains animal people and weird shit. Kind of. Not a lot, but kind of. And it's not like the animal people are specifically an indicator that those are the people who've been affected by the heart shards or whatever, right? It doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem like Catboy has been affected by a heart shard or whatever, so I don't know. Okay, then we get into dreaming, and this taps into the dream of the butterfly. Was I a man who dreamed of a butterfly, or a butterfly who dreamed I was a person? I don't know. It's existentialism and weird shit. I don't know. Okay, quack, 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 quack. Drosselmeyer's reappearance is fantastic, as expected. I mean, that he can just embody parts of the environment and seems to be the world is really cool and really scary. And then when we just get all of the bits and pieces together, and that's just, you're talking to this universal construct monster thing that's talking to you, I don't fucking know. I'm Drosselmeyer. I tell stories. Do you want to save the prince? That's when they were inside the story that I wrote. So his briefcase is a book, right? He magic maneuvers it over, has it unbind itself and become a book. He manifests a quill from somewhere and begins scribbling. It's as though he had a rough draft and is now working on fleshing out the pieces to make it function for the story that's ongoing. Our Ahiru, she needs a goal. She needs a way to do things, so the prince shattered his heart and the little bits and pieces went everywhere. We need those genre conventions. Perhaps. But I really don't know. It's like he's writing out outline notes for himself. Princess Tutu's the only one who can save his heart. Who's Princess Tutu? Ahiru will be Princess Tutu. I don't know, man. Okay, and then there's this massive focus on resolve. If you have the resolve, I'll do it. If you have the resolve. I do. Okay. Drosselmeyer offers one thing, very, very specifically. I'll turn you into a girl once more. That's it. If I can be a girl and stay by his side. Oh, I didn't say you can stay a girl. Ha 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 ha. If I could put a smile back on. Oh, I didn't say that you could actually help. No. They're all assumptions that she convinces herself about, right? Like, Drosselmeyer gives her a specific, you can do X, and she goes, and I can do Y and Z and A and B and C and D. Oh, yay, this'll be fun, because she is that gullible. As soon as she believes it, she believes in all of it and is thinking of possibilities. It's not, it's like spending your lotto money before you have it, right? It's funky. Stories are such wonderful things. If you dream of it, your wish will be granted. That's what's so great about stories. I agree, but isn't this kind of sinister in a way? Your wish can be granted within a story, but not in a reality, because in reality you'd be a duck. So then, a duck with enough resolve to change anything can. There's another, lesson to this, if you want it to be. A non-sentient creature with enough resolve can turn herself into something awesome and change the nature of her own tale. But a person without resolve? Destined to be a part of someone else's story. Like me, though. Potentially like Anteater Arena. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. And of course, the pragmatic consideration. You don't quack. You become a duck again. Okay, and we figure out all the mechanics and stuff, which are freaking awesome. The mechanic is, you go in water, you become a girl. Whoop. And it continues to be, she just continues to be the cutest humanoid in existence. I can't even. And then we meet Adel. I think that Adel is an automaton, because the song that she's playing is the Dance of the Automatons. And, yep. I couldn't find what her name means. I don't know. Let me look more. I didn't look. Adel name. That's it. Oh. Gender, neutral, origin, German, meaning, noble. The name Adel means noble and is of German origin. Okay, so then Edelweiss? There's a white flower with fuzziness on it, and noble white would be what it means, right? Okay, cool. That makes sense. I think that makes sense. That tracks. And then she dumps something really interesting. She gives this dichotomy of accepting and denying fate. Both of them lead to weird outcomes that you might not have expected. Those who accept their fate gain happiness. Those who reject it gain glory? Okay. Muse. This is like the opening of a muse in an epic poem. Let me go find the opening of the Odyssey really quick, or of the Iliad. Iliad opening translated, because usually they'll start with a. Yeah, they'll start with an appeal to the muses. Sing in me, muse, and through me tell the story of that man skilled in all ways of contending, the warrior harried for years on end after he plundered the stronghold on the proud height of Troy. Like that. That's what this feels like. It's different, but that's what this feels like. It feels like an opening line. May this and may this. Something like that. And then the mechanical things that she carries with her have just shades of Drosselmeyer construction, you know? They're the kinds of things. Okay. I think she's a nutcracker that Drosselmeyer made to tell the story. Or to guide Ahiru through the story, so that he doesn't have to jump into the world in reality too much. Maybe Drosselmeyer's just gone now until the end. Also, what's that weather vane? Is that a little duck and a little person? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. It's a little person and a little duck on one side. Aww. Okay, cool. I hate this angle. This one's like made to be creepy. She's not right. The way that her nose and forehead and eyes and mouth and stuff all interact is wrong. It's part of the creepy of her. Same with her hair. Her hair's like curls and stuff that don't make sense. that can't make sense. How does that... She's got this, like, thing that's just, like, floating around her head. That's just chilling there. How does that even function? How does that a part of her face skull? How does that attach to her body? It's like it's made of wood. It's like like thin curled wood. And slats of it. I think she's a fucking automaton. And the fact that the song that she's playing seems to be Dance of the Automatons leads into that. First use of CG that I noticed. Ding dong. Clink clong, it's a clock. Okay. There is a duck. There is a knight. There is a king and queen or prince and princess in the center. Got 4 characters, right? Ahiru, Fakir, Ru, Muto. Prince and princess. Muto, definitely prince. Ru, princess of the school at present, it would seem. A lone bird, Ahiru. A knight, Fakir? That would work, wouldn't it? A knight. Bound by duty, not desire? That fits Fakir somehow. I don't know, but that fits. This feels like there's something to it. I don't know what, but it feels like there's something to it. If we ever see this again, I'm going to be really intrigued to see if there's anything different. Because it is CG, so all they would have to do is swap out some models, and things might get weird. What if the duck ends up there with the prince, or the knight ends up with the duck, or one of these tables becomes empty or something? Like, there are all kinds of possibilities that could be really intriguing. I don't know. Okay, and then pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. This is fun. 1, landscapes. 2, God, this place is big, and Ahiru's really small, right? Like, she's, like, really small. 3, she is the gooberest of the goobers, and that's great. That's just wonderful. Okay, she's full speech of doof and great character animation and stuff. His eyelashes look like fucking caterpillars, just saying. Okay, finds a reason to actually go up. What is the book? What is the book? What is the book? What is the book? Book. What does it say? Book. What does it say? What's the book? What's that book? I don't know. DRIN something? Und Rabe? Is it written by Drosselmeyer? DROSSELMEY. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, it's the right number of letters. I can't even, like, make out the letters. It just looks like a D. And then if you count the number of, like, segments, it's Drosselmeyer. That's a book written by Drosselmeyer. Whoa. Is it PRINZ und Rabe? And is Rabe Raven? He's reading his own book? Translate. Prinz und Rabe? German. Yep. Okay. Is that alright? Also, it has a duck on the front of the book, right? Yeah, that's a swan, isn't it? That's not a raven, is it? What the fuck? Is this a Fakir approved book? That's my question now. Is this a Fakir approved book? Does he know that Muto is reading his own story? Also, what? Okay, we're just gonna move from there. We move into here, and Betsuni. This dude's fucking empty. Like, there is nothing to him, and we go pretty far to demonstrate that, and to demonstrate why that can be a fucking problem. It also seemingly, it might have something to do with the desire to help people or desire to not get in other people's way or cause them trouble. Like, not really, doesn't bother me. Just being a bit of a doormat. But no, I think it's just that he's empty in the inside. Okay, this is the realist of scenes. Are you reading a book? Is it interesting? Oh god, no, oh jeez. The awkward first date flirting is real stuff. That's, ow, my memories. Okay, yeah, don't particularly like or dislike books or anything. And then horrifying reveal of Anteater Arena. What can even be said here? Her role as a character is pretty straightforward. The fact that she's an anteater makes it very strange, but it doesn't seem to matter. It's kind of fun in that way. In a way, this reminds me kind of like a Nanami episode of Utena, like the cow episode or something. It's just weird. Yeah. Now, maybe it's so that we don't feel much sympathy for her at first, and she strikes us as large, imposing, scary animal, not human, not somebody deserving compassion or anything. And so then it's even more powerful that Ahiru does, maybe. Or it's just cuz, and there's nothing to it. We'll have to find out, we'll have to see whether the next thing that's embodying a heart shard or whatever is also an animal. We'll just have to see. Yeah, no thanks. No, thank you. Very creepy. And then this just becomes wonderful. Very much trying to get our point across to Rue. I'm not sure why we're doing that in the first place, though. I guess because we don't want her to find out about this. Are we trying to protect her from it, or trying to make sure that she deals with it before it becomes a problem? It's also, everybody assumes that Muto and Rue are, like, together, but are they? I don't know. And then Rue didn't seem really freaked out about that at all. Okay, but this is fun just because it's super fun. Duck into person, into get clothes, get stuff with duck. Oh, it's great. Very fun. It seems clear who is the winner here, and he's just like ignoring and kind of moving over to he's just like, can I read my book? I'm just reading my book. Okay, what does she say? It doesn't bother me. It's unclear whether that's from confidence or she just doesn't give a shit. Is she that confident that she'll, like, win out in the end? It doesn't seem that way. It seems like she just doesn't care. Which is so surprising. I don't trust Rue. I don't trust Rue at all. If given these four characters and Drosselmeyer, I mean, Drosselmeyer being an antagonistic force is obvious, but he's a trickster deity. We can't figure that shit out right now. Adel seems to be in Drosselmeyer's court, so it doesn't count to me. There are four major parties. Fakir, Rue, Muto, Ahiru. Now, I'm gonna stick with my possible prediction that Mewtwo sucks. When he gets all his powers, his, like, memories and shit back, he'll suck, and he'll be the eventual villain. But if I had to choose one character that I think is villainous right now, it's Rue. I don't know why. Fakir, I just get too many, he's too layered, and there's something good at the core of him going on. And there's also that symbolism that seems to indicate that he might be a knight. It's also the current princess of the school is so often a character that needs to be torn down and brought down a peg or two. But what we see from here is kind of pure and almost too perfect, and that scares me. Like, the whole thing with choosing Ahiru feels... I don't know how it feels. It feels a little manipulative. Her first line to her is, "You're a good person." Something else about that is kind of interesting, right? Ahiru is so straightforward and earnest, right? Completely. The way Rue says this, it's that she's really experienced with seeing through facades, and she sees that Ahiru is pure, which makes me question how thick a facade she's wearing. Oh, these characters are so fucking crazy. How does this... Oh my goodness. Okay, gossip, the word spreads everywhere. Fakir tells him, you suck, and he does. And dance battle. Let's go. Okay, drop a probationary class, fucking marriage things, I hate it. Declaration of war, awesome. Let's go. Binga bonga boinga. We do a full pot of do for the two of them, and they do the whole do, and it's fucking dope. But Ahiru picks up on something sinister, something wrong with it all. It's also fucking strange. I mean, it's an anteater doing ballet in about it is what it is. Sure, like, okay. And she throws him like a mile up, and oh god, the tongue, god, no. Every time she talks, it's just like, no, please stop. Stop it. Okay, so Ahiru goes. We watch the whole thing. Ahiru is falling apart, right? But she's carried through it by Rue. She gets to experience that spotlight, but it's not real, and it's not hers, and she didn't earn it, right? We are told that very clearly by the sensei at the end. But that's the real power, the real talent, right? To elevate someone else. Faki realizes it first. Even though he kind of wasn't really paying attention, he's paying the most attention. Okay. And then the darkness. And then the darkness. And smacks and stuff. Okay. Moving on. We do have the if you had not been Rue's boyfriend, I would not have asked you out either. A lot of people are pretty fucked up in this situation. But again, that's all super straightforward and like, okay. And floating red heart shards of soul matter that are that they need to reside in other people's broken hearts or something. I don't like it. It's pretty classic though. And then this. Oh yeah, this is also a sequence that's always in the you know, we talked about the Precure formula, right? Thing goes wrong, bad person takes advantage of it, turns you into a monster. That moment where the bad person notices and turns you into a monster is also a reusable. This whole thing is a reusable. I think, right here, where, yeah, Dong and bells for it make a lot of sense, and they fit with Utena as well for henshins in Utena and stuff. Dong Klong, the tower is larger than you. You are within a lens, centered within the mechanics of reality. Drosselmeyer is leading it all. You found a shard. Now reveal the mystery. Into henshin. Into. I expect that will all be there in previous moments as well. Okay. The story beat comes together. And it gets bad. She ballets through it. And suddenly I think I understand why dueling ninjas with guitars was the what I got portion of the what I saw, what I expected, what I got. Because this definitely has dueling ninjas with guitars vibes, considering that we have dueling, pirouetting anteater and duck fighting via dance powers. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Okay, compassion breaks through, no joy in your dancing, the story is told, and I don't know, practice, I guess. Actually, this is such a weird response, isn't it? It's not practice 40 hours, ling ling. It's practice, I suppose. I think she's being honest when she says she doesn't know how to get that good. Is she the swan? Is she was she given this talent? Is it not something she's earned? me go read the synopsis of Black Swan again really quick. I'm sorry, of Swan Lake, not Black Swan. I don't know. But I do get this impression that, like, okay, what if Rue made a wish or something, or was given the ability to do this by Drosselmeyer, or it's just her nature to be that good at things. And so she actually cannot answer when Antitarina approaches her and asks her for help. She doesn't actually know how. And then she says, it would be impossible for you. That will be as if there's such a divide between them. But it's like so straightforward and serious about it, right? Like, we are super different, you and I. It has nothing to do with, like, humanity or her being an anteater, does it? It's something else. I don't know what, though. And in that moment, she is overtaken. Boom. Purified, reach out, we dance together. Freedom. Salvation, swans. Okay, and then we meet the feeling of bitter disappointment. And we give him back. And now Muto can be sad. Great. Good. Solid. Lovely. Are there any positive heart charts? Happiness. Joy. Any of those? Do those exist? What descriptors are used? Those are the descriptors. A brave and handsome prince. Not good or noble or well-meaning, right? Brave and handsome. Ooh, boy. There are too many of those to actually be an indicator of how many shards there are. Fuck me, this is now super confusing. And also makes so much more sense now. At the same time, it's both. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. May those who accept their fate find happiness. May those who deny their fate find glory. I'm going to think about that for a minute. I'll cut here and just think about it. I feel like those two lines from Adel are going to become super important. Like, there's a lot of fate conspiring in the world of this show that a lot of characters have not come to accept and are clearly not happy because of it. Don't know what's going on with Rue, but there seems to be something there. Ahiru is a duck who's now fated to become Princess Tutu and save the prince, I guess. Don't know what Fakir is, but he seems like a dude who has resigned himself to some kind of fate or destiny or duty. And Muto and the Raven, you know, they have a duty within their story to end the story. That's their fate, right? So, happiness. What does a happy end mean? And glory. What does a glorious end mean? Accept your fate to become happy. Deny it, reject it, rebel against it, to become glorious. Early parts of Utena. Utena and Anthe accept together their current position as Rose Bride and the victorious duelist in the first segment. And then they reject those things, rebel against them, and find glory. Something like that? Maybe. Shit, fuck, God, this show makes me think so much. I like it a lot. Glory, noble, strength, mechanics. Book. Which book? Ambiguity, multiple drafts. Is the story changing? Are things that we know right now not going to be the truth in the future? I get the impression, yes. I get the impression that Drosselmeyer rewrote the setting. Making episode 1 kind of a prologue. And making this the beginning of the story, with Adel as the starting narrator, I think. I don't think we'll see Drosselmeyer exactly, except in, like, yes, do it, show me the mystery, Ahiru, in that kind of form. I do think we'll see Adel. I think we'll see Adel every episode to walk her to school. That's my expectation, is that we meet Adel every morning when she goes duck to human. I think. Unless we don't do that and she just wakes up and says, fuck! I don't know. I think a lot of these questions will once again be answered in the next 30 seconds of the next episode. But we have we have an hour and a half recorded. I'm gonna call it here. So, overall thoughts. We've established parameters for like a genre convention-y, pragmatic-y thing and the way that we can do these micro stories in the future. Fuck yeah. I love those. I like them a lot. I really like when that kind of a setup thing is well done and has room to do stuff with it. The particular reason that I brought up Heartcatch Precure and the way that it works is because I think it's the best one. There are a number of different attempts during the various seasons of Precure and other Mahou Shoujo shows to figure out a way to make the villains do a thing that does a thing well. I think Heartcatches is the best one because it's the vulnerability caused by weakness of the heart or some kind of problem in real life that enables a monster to be born from a normal person, and it's the compassion of the characters that enables them to put it back. That's pretty solid. This is very similar. That's great. That's a good setup. I'm creeped out by Drosselmeyer as usual. I'm a little creeped out by Adel, but I like her. I don't get the impression that she's, like, mean, but she does give off the impression that she's Drosselmeyer made, you know? Either as a story element or mechanically put together. I'm not sure. If so, she doesn't really express any kind of emotion, does she? Okay. I wonder if there's any possibility of that. And Pinocchio. Holy shit. Bringing Pinocchio into things. Okay. We finally get to learn what the goal of Princess Choo-Choo as a character is. It's to save the prince by saving all his shards. Find out why the world is fucked. Some shit about Rue, some shit about Fakir, some god mechanics, some goof. How's there so much stuff in this 20 minutes? How's there like a segment of hilarious gags mixed in the middle of like existential crisis and Mahou Shoujo normal battle thing? How does that work? Why is this a thing? I don't know, but it works and it's awesome. Okay, that's a wrap. I can't talk anymore. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Princess Tutu. I fucking love it. I'll see you next week for more. Peace.